Hello and welcome to That Seems Unfortunate, the show where we talk about all the gaming, music, and current events with heaps and piles of sarcasm. I'm your host, Bryce Street, and my co-host, Steven Bridenstine.
This is the part where you ask me how I'm doing.
How you doing?
Yay, I'm doing good. Did you guys think that was Chris? Fooled you. Ha ha ha. It's not Chris. It's Bryce Street. Because that's what he said is his name. This is my friend Bryce.
That is what I said.
Yeah.
We were going to do this thing where I said insert name here, but I opted against it because I forgot.
Yep, and I still opted for the joke that followed it. And I think it landed. Yeah, so Bryce is filling in for Chris this week as Chris is fleeing the country after murdering 6 men and an orangutan.
And one woman.
Yeah. I meant...
Or an orangutan.
It was a female orangutan.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Glad we cleared up on that.
He's hiding. He's in hiding for the next 9 days, and then he'll be out of hiding because that's the statute of limitations on multi-men and female orangutan murders.
Mm-hmm.
So, Bryce will be filling in for him this week. He'll be back next week, though.
All right. So this week on the agenda, what are we talking about?
Let's see. What can we open with? Well, we can open with where you come from exactly. You were supposed to be a guest a few weeks ago, weren't you? Like a long time ago, like third episode, fourth episode.
Like second, third episode, yeah.
Yeah, but things came up and our recording deadlines hit. But hey, now you're the next best thing, and by that I mean the better thing, which is actual co-host for a week. Bryce and I go way back. Chris also knows Bryce. We all went to the same school for 4 years. 4 years? Some amount of time in between 3 and 4
Fourth,
years.
5th, 6th, 7th.
Yeah, so...
Middle school,
yeah. So he wasn't at that school as long as Chris and I were, because that's literally impossible unless he was there his whole life. But, we were all 3 people that existed at the same time in that place. Wouldn't call us 3 amigos or anything, considering we didn't like Chris through most of middle school. But some
stories, but we're not going to talk about that.
Yeah.
He's cool now.
Yeah, he's great now. We had a good conversation about that last week, about how horrible our middle school life was. So if you recall back to any of the stories that Chris had that were negative, Bryce might have been a part of it.
If he told you that I threw him over a table, he's lying.
Actually, I don't think he mentioned that one. I think most of what we mentioned were Joel and Perry stories, which you were in most of, but I don't know if you were in all of them. Were you there when Chris pooped on a mattress? I feel like I need to bring
I was there. I just told that story at work like the other day.
I've told that story twice in like the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, I told that story to my coworker like last week.
I told it. I had to run it by Chris on the show. I was like, Chris, do you mind if I bring up a story that kind of is really bad for you? And he's like, yeah, sure, go ahead. And I was like, do you remember the time you pooped on a mattress? And he goes, oh, I didn't think you meant that one. I was like, I mean, there can't be any worse stories than that one. We had a good laugh over it. It was a great time. Were you there when, oh gosh, I almost said his name. Insert name here, tried to kill me at Perry's house over Webkins?
Oh, no, I wasn't there.
Oh, you weren't at that one? That story's great.
No.
I'm sure you've heard the story. I kept his name secret last week and then almost just completely said it, which would have completely negated my censorship of last week because, not everyone likes to reflect on the past. I can reflect on it because I didn't die, but the attempted murder was still there.
You also almost died in a bathroom one day.
Did I? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean...
Remember when Jamal...
That wasn't that bad. It could have been.
Slapped the living hell out of your neck.
Yeah. That hurt. And listen, I was in the right to retaliate. Everyone said so.
Well, yeah.
Because it was like...
He slapped you in the neck while you were peeing. That's kind of weird.
On the surface, that's what they did all the time. That was just what they did in the bathroom. They had Fight Club because that's what we had in school for some reason. But like even people who were in that bathroom like every day were like, he hit you really hard. Like that was not the normal hit. We don't hit each other that hard. So I was like, you know what? It was good that I retaliated and then proceeded to flee once I realized it was not a fight I could win.
In case you're wondering, me, Steven, and Chris were what you would consider nerds.
Yeah. I think they got a good semblance of that from last week.
Yeah, no,
Or any time they listen to us talk.
we weren't top of the food chain in middle school.
Nope. We were top of our respective food chain, meaning better than most of the other nerds. Well, me and you were.
We were like king of the nerds.
Yeah. We ruled that nerd group of the school. So let's inefficiently segue. Our segues are really hit and miss. That's one thing you need to know if you're going to be a part of the show. We either like brilliantly nail a segue or it's just a dead pause and then we just go, and now this. This is one of those moments.
So on to fantasy.
Yeah.
This week in fantasy.
I can actually talk about sports now. I can never talk about sports with Chris because he knows nothing about sports. And we've accepted that. That's a good thing.
I'm hit or miss with football, as you can see by my 68-point fantasy score this week.
Yeah. Not exactly your best performance.
No.
May not have been your worst, though.
It was. By 1
point. Was it? Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Bryce and I are a part of the same fantasy football league, as well as his 2 younger siblings, his 2 younger brothers, and then that's it. It's just the 4 of us.
Just 4.
So
we literally started the league about a day before the season started.
Opening signups now for the That Seems Unfortunate Fantasy Football League next year, 2017. Yeah, let us know if you play fantasy football, and then you can play fantasy football with us, so we don't have to do it with just the 4 of us. We'll also be doing March Madness.
Well, we're going to do that anyway.
Yeah, but I mean, I'd like to have a podcast March Madness competition.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah, sounds like fun.
Do some giveaways or something.
We already have to have a pizza party.
I'm not the leader of this group, so I can't promise giveaways, but I promise giveaways.
Yeah, we'll give away my 3rd foot.
Well,
or that severed hand that I ordered from that pizza place in a prior week. I don't remember if it was the tired week or last week, but I remember talking about ordering a severed hand from a pizza place.
I work at a pizza shop and we don't sell those. So
if someone like really wanted one though, would you like?
No, yeah, we'd get you one. We'd get you one.
Yeah.
If you tipped well, we'd
probably
get
you one. If
you
they asked really nicely for a severed hand.
It's not about asking. It's about tipping. If you tip me nice, I'd probably get you a severed hand.
Ah, nice. I think the conversation came from. Have you ever
probably
seen
off of somebody who didn't tip very well.
Ooh. Have you ever seen the nun pizza with left beef joke meme thing before? It's someone who ordered from Domino's and they had like the really wide variety of options for their create their own pizza, and they got it with no cheese and no sauce and just beef on the left half of the pizza. So they got their pizza and it was just a box with some dough and then some beef tossed in the left side of the box. It was just nun pizza with left beef. So we were talking about that, and I tried to make it into another joke, and I couldn't come up with the joke, so I just said severed hand, and then didn't want to admit that the joke didn't land, so I talked about ordering a severed hand from a pizza place for a solid, 2 minutes.
Yeah.
It just evolved.
I feel like it's the only place you can go with that.
Yeah, it just evolved really slowly, too. It was like, yeah, and then I can get a severed hand from a pizza place, and they'll be like, we don't serve severed hands, and I'm like, but I really just want it. You don't even have to give me a pizza. I just want the hand because I want a severed hand. And then I think we just kind of trailed off into another conversation. That's unfortunately how it goes around here.
Yeah. So anyway, fantasy. This week I believe I'm losing 102 to 68.
Yep. And I'm down, I think, 117 to 89 or 85.
And this, of course, is the first round of the playoffs, so it'll be a 2-week game. And next week we'll find out who advances to the winners' final.
Yep. Keep in mind, I was 10-3 through the regular season, and the person I'm playing against, 2-10 and one tie. So if I lose, I'll be pretty sad. Turns out the dream team of Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Julio Jones, David Johnson. Not good enough for some reason. And Greg Olsen, who's not a huge name, but he is one of the top point-getting tight ends in football.
I took too many Texans.
Yeah, don't trust the Texans.
Don't trust the Texans.
Don't trust the Texans. Don't trust the Rams. And that's it. You can trust the Browns sometimes. Terrell Pryor puts up decent numbers.
Yeah, garbage time points.
For a tight end, even Barnage puts up some nice numbers. But don't trust the Rams. Don't trust the Texans. Bad teams.
Just bad teams, man.
Yeah, and it's not even bad teams that lose a lot. It's just bad players that can somehow stumble into victories sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more of a well-rounded team, which is bad for fantasy.
Yeah,
because
bad
you
for
want-
fantasy.
You want a
It's
star.
not like they're like terrible football players. It's just none of them are good enough to be fantasy standouts.
In a 4-man league, at least.
Yeah. Lamar Miller would be really good in a big man league.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I'm gonna get one of those. Stop.
What if you make the miracle comeback? How great would that be? To just come back from 40 points down and then win, and then also win the whole league. And by that I mean, please don't beat me and make me get fourth. I want to get third at least.
Well, listen, I've accepted dead last in this league, and I'm okay with that.
That's gonna be such a sad last place game. Me against you?
Yeah, the only two people who actually wanted to do it.
We're the ones that set it up, and we're gonna be fighting for last.
Barring the fact that the person that's currently beating Steven, week 2 dropped his entire team and then just picked other players back up.
It's so sad.
Has like 3 players that he originally had on his team left.
Barely changes his lineup most weeks.
Yeah, he's left bye week players in some weeks.
I almost lost a game to him when he left the bye week player in.
You did.
And it was
It's
Odell
close.
Beckham, who was on bye, which is like his highest point getting player. He still almost beat me.
Yeah. The kid I'm playing almost scored 160 last week.
I mean, anyone who had Le'Veon Bell scores 160 points. It's hard to beat 47 points from a running
Yeah, I think I had 47, I was going to say.
Yeah, it's kind of nuts. A little crazy. 47 points from anything is crazy, let alone a running back.
Okay, next point on the agenda.
Alright, so I am obsessed with rhythm games, especially recently. Because
I mean, always.
Because we have a weekly... Now I have a weekly place where I talk about music for an extended period of time. It's just made me really want to do music, and also, like, going to see actual bands and hearing from actual bands, specifically Alteris. Not to say that they alone have inspired me to do music again, but, you know, like, if they were to ever need a sob story for people to look at them, hit me up. Save my life, Alteris. Especially you, Seth.
Love that guy.
I specifically sent him a text the other day, saying that we try our best to avoid sexual advances on him, and we usually fail. It seems that I have failed again.
Can't help it, man.
I think this is the 4th time in 9 episodes that I've made a sexual pass at Seth on the episode, and none of those 4 times was one of the episodes that he was on. So that's strange, but oh well, I can't hide my love kind of thing. Who said that? Not me. It's funny too. I don't remember what the specific text was. I don't even know if he responded to my text saying, yeah, he never even responded to me saying we try to limit our sexual advances at him. Well, if you ever expected to see Seth back on the show, I've got bad news.
And there goes half the audience.
Yeah, whoops. No, he actually might be on next week. Don't want to hype up things that don't exist yet, but it is our Christmas special, and he will be around. So he said he may be able to drop in.
I'll be back too, kids.
Special Christmas episode, yeah. We may just have a ton of people. It's just a big Christmas party. If you want to be part of the That Seems Unfortunate Christmas party, hit us up. We'll find a way to make it work. Me and Chris are very crafty individuals.
Speaking of that.
Speaking of crafts. But yeah, back to the rhythm games. I guess
I was gonna bring something else up. But we'll talk about the rhythm games.
Keep it in the back of your head. We'll
Yeah. No, we'll circle back to it. I'm writing it down.
Oh, awesome. It's already more preparation than me and Chris have ever done. But I've been playing Amplitude, which if you follow me on Twitter, you see I've been streaming it. Twitch.tv/everyman. Mostly Hearthstone. Now some Amplitude. Yay. But Amplitude is this old game for PlayStation 2. Look at this. We're combining gaming and music into one. Look at us being all resourceful.
Knock it down. Make this a 15-minute episode.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good thing. Yeah, we could do this in 5 minutes. Hell, we don't even need to talk. Wait.
Just stretch the audio, make it really slow, and then they'll get all the information that they could have gotten 5 minutes in like 30.
I'm gonna release a podcast episode, but anytime me or Chris make a bad joke, it's gonna speed up. So basically, it'll just be like a 2-second episode.
Yeah, so by the end of the
Consistently
intro, it's
speed.
just gonna be at supersonic speed.
Yeah, because that's just this podcast. We were contemplating what our theme would be if we had a theme before we started recording. I now realize the theme is just bad jokes. That's our theme. That's our thing. But in Amplitude is this old PS2 game. Back in 2003, I think it came out. And it was a rhythm game released by the same people who made Rock Band, Harmonix. And it was this futuristic kind of techno-y game almost, where there were 3 notes that you used appropriate buttons to hit. I don't know what the buttons were for PS2. Probably the similar ones of like the R1 and R2, and then the L1 button. So like the triggers above the controller. And basically you were just hitting the notes and playing the rhythms. But the thing was, you controlled all of the instruments at once. So you would switch from track to track to get the beats done, hit the notes and all that, and play the song. It was hugely received for PS2. And then they did a crowdfunded remake for PS4 last year? Or 2 years ago? And it came out about 2 years ago, I think. And it's really fun. If you like rhythm games, I highly recommend it. Especially if you don't want to pay the money for like a drum or Guitar Hero guitar. It's just a controller, so it's really cool if you like rhythm games. I highly recommend it. But I've this week been playing it at its hardest difficulty. Well, hardest difficulties, because I didn't have Super unlocked. Super mode is the hardest difficulty, but you don't get it until you beat the campaign or beat 15 some songs on Expert, which I spent all of yesterday doing. It took me 4.5 hours or so. Yeah, 4.5 hours. And it's an event. It's been mentally exhausting. I don't think you've been able to watch any of it, Bryce, because I usually have been streaming while you're at work. But I have never been so mentally defeated. Like, I play games a lot that are meant to get you angry, like Hearthstone and League of Legends, two notoriously known games for being very infuriating. And I get mad at them, sure. But
I actually just played League of Legends right before this.
yeah, and I got mad at it, but I didn't get defeated. I felt defeated in League, sure. But playing Amplitude, it felt like I was losing all of my guts and insides were being taken out of me. But then somehow 10 minutes later, they would be taken out of me again. Which I didn't think was possible. I thought they were already gone. But somehow they got back in just to be taken out another time. And this happened consistently for most of the stream. So satisfying when you can actually beat songs and actually do really well. You feel so great about yourself. But anything that isn't that is just gut-wrenching pain and disappointment.
Yeah, pretty much.
I was nearly brought to tears. If I wasn't dehydrated, sleep-deprived, and struggling through finals week, I would be crying during Amplitude. But I don't have the tears in me. Yeah.
Tears do not fall.
But the reason I pulled Amplitude back out, because I hadn't played it for a long time. Fun fact, when I played it before, I couldn't do Expert. Like, I couldn't beat anything on Expert. Like, at all. And then Monday, or no, it was like Saturday night, I picked it up. Or no, it was even Sunday night I picked it up, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to try playing it again. And I was like, oh, maybe I'll try this song on Expert just to see if I can do it. And then I beat the whole campaign on Expert the next day. And it was really weird, and I don't know what solved it. And when I say I don't know, I mean I'm kidding. I know exactly what solved it. It turns out you're a lot better at rhythm games when you get your ADHD under control. Because I
disagree with that.
I haven't played rhythm games since that happened. So, you know, naturally I'm just better. It turns out focus is great in rhythm games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't disagree with that.
So, that was the big change. So now I'm excited for what we're going to do, and which is why I've been playing Amplitude. I broke it back out because this weekend, Bryce and I, as well as some friends back home, some wonderful names that may pop in on the show sometimes. And I think Chris might be involved too. I don't know if I specifically asked him, but we'll be pitching together and buying our group Christmas presents for ourselves and each other, which is Rock Band 4 for PS4. And it's a bundle that comes with a guitar and a drum set and a microphone and a game. And it's like $170. That's really nice considering how expensive some of those things can be on their own. And I'm super excited for it. I'm very, very excited. Are you, Bryce? Is your excitement there and existent?
No.
That's good.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. No, I never had Rock Band when I was younger. I always played it when I was over hanging out with Steven. So
Yeah.
to get it now with all those guys that I used to play with it when I was
I showed the light to you, the light of Rock Band.
bring back some fun memories.
Yeah, I'm going to be doing the same thing to MC, my friend MC. He's never played before either. Like, to this day, he's never played a Rock Band or a guitar. I think he's played Guitar Hero, but he's never played a Rock Band.
Not to mention, it's hard to play with Steven because the kid's a whiz at the drums.
I mean, I can do all of them on Expert. Although I don't know if I can sing on Expert.
I could sing on Expert.
Uh,
But you guys don't know Vincent. We're going to get Vincent.
yeah, our pal Vince. He might be on the
That
show
kid's-
sometimes.
That kid's the only one allowed to use the microphone.
I might use it. I might try my hand at it. Can we, if we have a way to transport other songs, can we do Clint Eastwood? So I can drop some hot bars.
So you can drop some hot bars.
Dude, Clint Eastwood by
Yeah.
Gorillaz is so good. I know the whole rap part by heart.
Just Gorillaz in general is good.
Oh yeah, of course. But like that's the hardest rap like song they have in Rock Band because it's got Del the funky Homo sapien. Do you know that was his name? The guy that raps on Clint Eastwood.
Don't stop, get it. The funky Homo sapien.
Yeah, Del the funky Homo sapien. He's actually a real rapper. He's pretty good. I've heard songs with him and other people that have been a part of Gorillaz songs, like Andre 3000. Andre 3000's cool.
Andre 3000 was pretty cool.
Yeah, he was on the song Do Your Thing, which is a newer Gorillaz song. Really cool song. I like Gorillaz a lot. But yeah, that's our plan for this weekend and most of our winter break away in between semesters, while I am home for the month and Vince is home as well because he is out in the grand city of Columbus for his college career. So he's 3 hours away while I'm 1 hour away or so. And we'll be coming back. It'll be a grand reunion.
Yeah, I'm at home all the time, so it's
Yep.
not that big of a deal for me.
I mean, you experienced the being away last year.
I did. I wasn't a fan.
You were 2 hours, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't that I wasn't a fan of being away. It's just I wasn't a fan of the college I was at, so.
Yeah, being away is cool.
I'm not sure I'm a fan of the college I'm at right now.
That's true. I made a commitment to myself that I would never end up going to Youngstown State.
Yeah, and I'm going there now.
Yeah.
It's not terrible. You know, it's not that bad.
I mean, I know the campus is lovely. But,
Yeah, it's nice. I like downtown Youngstown.
yeah, it's not like anything against the actual school or the actual place. It's more of just the outside of college.
Yeah, it's the being home part.
Yeah. To say it, what I've been beating around the bush from the whole time. It's it's
Come
living at
live
home.
with us.
Oh wait, you mean us as in when you move, or
Yeah.
if you move? Oh yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I'd be on board for that. Although
It's
then
not
I'd
if.
have to pay rent.
It's definitely going down. It's just a matter of when.
Then I'd have to pay rent. Although if I'm living at home, I wouldn't be going to Kent, assumedly. So
Yeah.
I would have that money.
Well, I
freed
don't
up
even
to
know
pay
if I'm
my
going
rent.
to. I don't even know if I'm going to YSU next year.
Really?
Yeah.
See,
I don't even know if I'm going to YSU next semester.
see, I would do that. In all honesty, I don't think I'm a college person. But you know, it's hard to do things in the world right now. And so I don't have like a backup plan outside of college. It's like college or bust for me right now.
Yeah.
So I'm rolling with it until another opportunity arises. And if another opportunity does not, I have to enter the real world and be an actual person and become a college person. Because, I'm not unhappy at college. I just don't think
Nobody wants to do that.
I don't think I'm at my full potential. Oh no, I think there are college people. I'm a different case. But like, in a similar sense to Seth, who is, I don't believe, in college at the moment, but that's because he has a successful band that's signed to a label and is touring. So that is his plan right now. I don't have that.
Yeah.
I don't have a band nor a tour. At least not at the moment. I probably won't have a band in the near future. And I probably won't have a tour either, but it's more likely for tour than band.
How are you going to tour if you don't have a band?
Just me. I'll open for Alteris.
I wouldn't even go to that.
I would not open for Alteris.
I feel like your music genres are just way too different.
Yeah, I don't
I feel like anybody going to an Alteris performance doesn't want to hear you before it.
Exactly. I don't think I can hype a crowd very well. I could, just not with my music. That's not the point of my music, really. I mean, sometimes it is. But, yeah, I don't think I fall into that genre. I wrote a song in that genre.
Did you?
Yeah, and I'm terrified of producing it. But I really, really like it.
Seems hard.
Yeah, I really like the song, but it's like, it's a genre I don't know super well. So I'm going to be kind of stepping into foreign ground to produce it. But, which I guess kind of segues into the fact that I am getting closer and closer to announcing that I am self-producing a full EP in the coming months or however long it takes me to do it.
Pretty soon.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I haven't done real original music in a while. But
there's some good songs if you want to go check them out on SoundCloud. Just got a couple up.
Yeah, I have two originals up right now. Both of them not the final versions, but the SoundCloud account is, I think, just S Bryden, Breiden. Yeah.
So if you want to go check those out.
Yeah, I tweeted one of the songs out right before we started recording because I found it. It's one of my older songs from 2 years ago, and it's one that I will be fully producing and making a few lyrical changes to in the coming months here. I'm excited for it. It sounds good. I like the song from 2 years ago, but it's got some clear flaws in it that I think I can fix. Yeah. It'll be cool, though. I like music a lot, and I like writing music.
So, on the tangent of Rock Band, other video games that I've been playing, you've been playing over the last few weeks. I mean, I know I haven't been on the show, so I have a little more to talk about.
Yeah, and I've just been playing Amplitude.
Yeah, so first game, I guess the one I've been putting the most hours into right now is Pokemon Sun.
Oh, you have it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you did get it. When was that? Recently, right?
Last Thursday.
Nice. Is it good?
Last Thursday I picked it up. Yeah, I like it. There are some things that are a lot different from the old games.
Yeah, I know. The gym system is different. There's no gyms.
Yeah, it's not. There's no gyms at all.
I
don't want to spoil too much of the game. But yeah, there aren't any gyms.
Is it
the system's still cool? I do enjoy the system still.
Okay.
So what's weird about it is it's kind of like a Hawaii type deal where it's an island with 4 smaller islands in its control.
Okay.
And you start out on the one island, and each island has a certain amount of trials, and then each island has one leader. It's called a kahuna.
Huh.
Which is the gym leader of the island. So after you beat all the trials, which are held by other characters, you go and face the kahuna in a Pokemon battle, and then you beat the island. Another thing that's weird that I found out, your rival isn't really as competitive as your rival usually is in a Pokemon game.
Really?
Yeah, he's actually really friendly, and you guys hang out more often than you would with a rival.
Oh, that's kind of how it was in X and Y.
Yeah. And then also, if he beats you, you don't have to You don't have to battle him until you win.
That's a kind of cool change. I like it.
Yeah. So I mean, I got to the third island, and my Pokemon were really under level because I kind of just pushed through the second island too fast. So he beat me at the third island, and we just walked away. He was just like, yeah, whatever.
Huh. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I don't know if I'll be ever like getting it anytime soon. I thought I was gonna get it for Christmas, but now I'm like shaky because things have taken priority over video games for Christmas. So it's like,
Well, you're getting.
oh yeah, I am.
Do you really not?
You're right.
You're definitely getting it, 100%.
You're right. I forgot about that. So I guess I am getting it for Christmas.
Same guy who bought it for me is buying it for you.
Cool.
I already bought it for you. It's at home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, just waiting for you.
Forgot about that.
So you'll get it for sure. Same one I have. I think he has Moon.
Sweet. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's something I'll look forward to then. I don't know when I'll be playing through it. I've finally pretty much beaten almost all of the Pokemon Picross for 3DS.
Jeez.
Because I have no life, and I'm also addicted to Picross.
Picross was cool, but
It's so fun.
I got fed up with it after a while because I just couldn't handle it anymore.
I did like 900 plus puzzles on my phone, and then I did all the like 100 plus puzzles in the 3DS one, and also the multiple like mural tiles, because you get, if you do challenges in some of the puzzles, you get mural tiles, which are just other Picross puzzles that create a either Groudon or Kyogre. There's like 2 sets of mural tiles. And I think I have one more mural tile to get. And one more Pokemon. But the thing is, I don't know when it pops up. It's a legendary drop. So it kind of just... I turn the game on and they go, hey, there's a legendary nearby. And I'm like, oh, cool. And then I go catch it. So until that happens, I've pretty much done all I can. Yeah. No life at all.
And then... The only other game I've really been playing is Final Fantasy 15.
I heard that's actually okay.
Yeah, I haven't put a ton of hours into it. I know Aaron and Jordan have already finished the entire 40-hour story mode. I have about 5 to 6 hours on it right now, and I can tell you that I like the combat system. I like the graphics are good. The driving's not too bad. It takes a while, but you can pay to fast travel with the in-game currency if you want to.
That's nice.
The only issue I have with it is the leveling up system, because your characters don't level up until you're finished with each chapter.
Oh, jeez.
Like, you just keep gaining XP. Unless I like have made a mistake and I'm like doing something wrong. My characters aren't. They're not leveling up until I'm finishing the chapter, so I'll be level 3 through I was level 3 through the entire second chapter, and then after the chapter was over, I hit like level 9 off of all the XP I had accumulated.
Huh. Maybe there's something you have to press or something.
It probably is. Like I said, I've only put like 5 hours into it though, so I'm not 100% sure yet.
Yeah.
I'd have to play a little more of it to figure out if there's something else I have to do. But the graphics, the landscape, there's actually 2 full continents that you can play on. The enemies are just as intricate and interesting as the past games. It's a good game. It was a good pickup. I'm glad I got it. Yeah, those are the only 2 new games that I've been playing. I put a lot of time into Tomb Raider over the last few weeks, but that one's not anything new. It's been out for a while. Yeah. I just hadn't had the chance to play it.
I might try to redeem myself by playing Final Fantasy X again, because that was the game that I played through all the way up to like the second to last boss and then quit and never played it again. And then I tried to play it again and only got like an hour in before quitting. But I think I might try a third time and actually play through it for real this time.
See, the thing that deterred me from Final Fantasy for so long, and all the all the die-hard Final Fantasy fans are gonna hate me for saying this, is the turn-based combat system. I hate turn-based combat systems so much.
I actually like it. I mean,
it's one of the reasons why I can't grind Pokemon as much as other people can, and it's the reason that I didn't play Final Fantasy for so long. I just can't. I don't like turn-based combat. I think it takes too long, and it's just boring. It bores me.
They got rid of that in 12, I think.
12, yeah.
From 12 on. Or at least most of the ones from 12 to 15.
Yeah. Yeah, they did.
Yeah. It's
I think they executed. I think they executed the combat really well in this game. Locking a target and throwing your attacks at it. It's really easy. If you're under leveled, you're gonna get one shot though. I found out the hard way. Coming back from one of the caves, I ran past this giant leopard thing, and it just came over and one-shot me.
Nice.
Another thing that's nice though is if you're down, people in your party will come over. They'll heal you.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I like stuff like that.
So you could hit 0 health and you'll just be like, you can't attack or anything, but you'll just kind of be like wobbling around like Last Stand in Call of Duty.
Yeah.
And then one of you guys can come over and they can like revive you.
That's pretty cool. I realized.
Yeah, and they'll do it on their own too, so you don't have to like control them to do it or do anything special. They just bring you something over and you heal.
Huh. I realized I'd never moved my microphone back to the spot I normally have it. So if my audio is garbage for the first 30-some minutes of this podcast, sorry. It's better now. Yay, fixed it. I'm sure it won't be bad. Yeah, I kind of like turn-based stuff. I guess it's because I play like Hearthstone and card games and stuff like that. But it's a preference thing. I get it.
Yeah.
All right. What do we got? So there's a meme that floats around currently that
in case you haven't heard.
Yeah, if you somehow haven't seen it, that Bryce and I specifically have been ridiculously obsessed with.
To the point where we spent 5 or 6 hours watching videos about this.
Maybe total. I don't think at once. At least not me.
No, not at once. No.
Yeah. It's kind of hard not to be obsessed with it. If you enjoy the beauty of it, you can't stop enjoying the beauty of it. There's also an infinite amount of things for it. But this is
people just keep making them.
The recently spawning meme of the song "We Are Number One" from Lazy Town, old children's TV show with the puppets and the dancing and the pink-haired girl and all that stuff. But every time something in the song would happen, something in the song would change, and this varies from everything. Usually it's when they say the word one, which happens very frequently in the song. Something will happen to the video, or the video will cut, or something weird will happen. I think the originator of it
speed up,
is that it would get faster every time they said the word one. And this didn't even come from that song specifically. I actually heard a bunch of other ones from 2 different things before I saw the We Are Number One ones. The first one I saw was the Bee Movie. I think the Bee Movie may have been the one that sparked it.
I think it was the starter, yeah.
But I also saw one from an old cartoon that was really terrible, apparently, called The Nut Shack. Where most of the theme song to The Nut Shack is just them saying it's the Nut Shack over and over again. And so it would do it every time they say Nut Shack. Which, those are hilarious. I love those. Those might be my favorite. The We Are Number One ones are great, but like the Nut Shack ones.
I haven't seen any of those ones.
You gotta check out the Nut Shack ones. They're pretty awful and awesome. Yeah. But yeah.
But actually, the meme part isn't anything we're talking about with this story.
Yeah. The guy that played the actor who sings We Are Number One, the character Robbie Rotten, who is Stefan Stephenson, or Stefan Carl. I don't know what his last... I think it's Stefan Carl Stephenson. But he only gets called by either Stefan Carl or Stefan... I don't know. That great man, that wonderful man, recently did a Facebook live stream where he acknowledged the meme, said how great it was, and also did an interview with himself, the composer of the song, and also the 3 people that were also in the scene with him for that specific song. And then they did a live rendition of the song, and it was amazing.
You can actually look it up on YouTube. Just look up Robbie Rotten live stream, and it'll come right up.
Yeah, it was so great. Specifically because the guy has is it pancreatic cancer? It's some form of cancer.
Some form of cancer. I'm not exactly sure.
But he, like, through all that, still managed to discover this meme and be really happy with it because it was this beautiful thing to him. Because it is a beautiful thing. The meme is great. But to see him acknowledging it and talking about how awesome it is, I watched it outside of my class. I think before my final yesterday, I was watching it outside of the class before they let us in, and I almost cried in the hallway before this final. Because it was like, it's so sweet. I love the guy. He's so great. His GoFundMe got so much, like, donation money from it. Because, like, everyone realized that the guy was more than a meme. He was actually a great guy. And it warmed my heart. It was a great thing. I recommend it.
He actually made a Reddit post about him doing the live stream.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a Reddit post about him doing the live stream.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I didn't see it. But I did see the Reddit post of him doing it live. That's where I found it. It was on Reddit. So that's cool. Reddit's a great place, too. All right. What were you gonna talk about before? What's your bounce back?
Oh, my bounce back?
Yeah.
It had to do with the we were talking about something with the Christmas special episode.
Oh.
But I was thinking maybe we do like over Christmas break we do like a stream, like a charity stream or something.
We could do that. Yeah.
Just a brainstorm idea, you know.
Sounds cool. I'd be down for it. We've got a lot of guys. Our crew is slowly
we could just
expanding.
We could do a big, like, I don't even know how long, a couple days maybe. For, hey man, we got like what, 9 guys?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, 9? I could count like 6 at most.
I don't know. I said a random number.
Yeah.
That sounded like it could
also,
be
in
close.
terms of actual podcast staff, so to speak, it'd just be 4 of us. And one of us would very rarely be able to be in, and that being Seth, because he's a man that does a thing very frequently. But yeah, that sounds like a great idea. I'd be down for it. Also, you reminded me for the Christmas special that that's also the week we're going to be releasing Quotes Out of Context, which I still have to finish.
What's Quotes Out of Context?
Quotes Out of Context, as I've mentioned the last few weeks, is the video that I'm working on of all the great things that Chris and me and now Bryce maybe and Seth potentially have all said on the podcast that when played by standalone sound really weird. For example, my favorite one thus far, it's like a combination of Hitler and Elvis. Which I don't even remember what the context for me saying that was, but it's beautiful and I love that I said it.
That'd be like a nice mustache and a cool sideburns.
I think it was, if I remember right, I think we were describing Bob Dylan. Because for like the first 4 weeks, we described Bob Dylan really well. And frequently.
And then you just started with Elvis and...
Well, I think it was because...
He's like the perfect...
He's a great...
Hitler Elvis hybrid.
Oh, we said if Bob Dylan's voice was good, if Bob Dylan had a good voice in an alternate timeline, he would take over the world because he has such beautiful words, but a terrible voice. But if his voice was good, then everyone would listen to anything he's ever said because his voice is so beautiful. And so he would rule the world, and anytime we tried to question him, he would swoon us with more music. And I said it'd be like a combination of Hitler and Elvis. And then came my next favorite quote because Chris responded to that with, but Elvis didn't write his own songs. And I was like, oh, is that true? I mean, doesn't matter to me. Elvis sure as hell gyrated his own hips. So those quotes came like back to back in like 10 minutes.
True.
10 seconds. Yeah. So that's what you have to look forward to. A video where I back to back in a matter of seconds say it's like a combination of Hitler and Elvis, followed by he sure as hell gyrated his own hips. So, yeah, look forward to that. It'll be coming out sometime next week, which means I actually have to rush on getting it done. Not rush, but actually work on it.
In terms of self promo, I was gonna throw out my Twitter handle for people to follow.
Oh yeah.
But in the fact that I just realized that my last 4 or 5 tweets have all been to support Twitter pages.
Really?
Yeah,
Nice.
I don't really care to have people follow me.
Hey, Chris made his Twitter specifically for the podcast, and he barely uses it. We'll throw it in the description, and we have our little social media send-off at the end, where we run through all of our things, and I make fun of Chris for his terrible choice. Not terrible, edgy choice in names. Such as, it was like X, Black Death X or something. Something really edgy. His Snapchat's super edgy. And then his Twitter handle is like Captain Anarchy 97, which
97. Gotta throw the 97 in there. He's not just Captain Anarchy.
There's 96 other Captain Anarchies in the
Captain
world.
Anarchy 1 through 96 was taken.
Yeah.
Dude, that's like my favorite joke.
Yeah, I can tell. You used it like 50 times this week alone.
In one game.
Yeah.
In one game of League, there were like 4 numbers, so I just kept doing it.
Something I hate with a passion. But it's
Such
funny. It is funnier every time.
It's such a stupid joke, but it's so funny.
As much as I hate it, it does get funnier every time. Yeah, so be on the lookout for that out of context compilation, a Christmas special, maybe even a charity stream of some sort. And we'll do all these things this winter because we've got way too much free time.
Way too much free time.
It's so much. It's insane. It's crazy.
I work a full-time job and I still have way too much free time.
Yeah. So if you're a fan of mine or Chris's or now even Bryce's, you're gonna have plenty of us between streams and podcasts and compilations and maybe my music and all of that, just everything. We're gonna be all over the place, and by all over the place, I mean on the internet. We're not really gonna leave our homes.
No, we're not gonna leave our homes.
I have no intention of taking one step out of my door at any point.
Yeah. Coming soon, I'll also be streaming on Twitch.
Really?
I don't have a set up date for that, but yeah.
Do you have like the capabilities for it?
That's why I don't have the date. I'm getting it. I'm getting a desktop. Either with my next paycheck or the paycheck after that. Probably my next paycheck.
Probably be the paycheck after that because you use your next paycheck so we can get Rock Band.
No, I can use my tips from this week.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that'll be cool. We'll be sure to talk about that or drop that name in the podcast. I'll even put it in the description in the future because you're our friend, a friend of the show, and also part of the show. We're gonna do the things for you. Don't worry.
Cool. I'm gonna get the things done to me.
Yeah. Oh, sure.
Oh no. I mean. Yeah. No. Same.
Not the worst thing we've ever insinuated on the show.
Probably not.
I mean, yeah. Who knows what the worst thing could be? Probably not the time we insinuated that if you call the number that we never specified, you can get an entire group of men inside of you.
Probably not saying that Hitler did nothing wrong.
Chris advocated 2 murders.
He advocated 2 murders?
Bringing it back. We talked about this last week,
man.
and he's like, are you just going to say this every week? And I'm like, yeah, you're going to be like 50 years old, and I'm going to be like, hey, remember that one time when we had a podcast and you talked about advocating 2 murders?
You advocated 2 murders?
Yeah, I brought it up like every week. And now even when he's not here, I still find a way to bring it up. Yeah, the murders of John Lennon and... Crap, who's the second person? Was it Trump? Maybe, no, I think it might have been just Mike Pence.
Just Mike Pence?
Yeah.
That poor guy.
It'll be in the out of context compilation, believe me.
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah. But that's our favorite podcast memory, is the time that Chris advocated 2 murders.
Tweets, just a bunch of randomness.
Yeah, our pinned tweets
Got a wolf
great.
job in my ass and...
Yeah, that's most of our jokes. They're just something, my ass.
Some other stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Anything in terms of new music? Don't say Gambino. We already know about
I was
Gambino.
just about to, though. That's all I've been listening to.
We already know about Gambino. We don't want to make this another 2-hour podcast.
Listen, I've been listening to the same podcast. Well, this one. Same playlist every time I listen to music for the last month. And the only thing that has more than one song in it, because it's all single songs, is the Gambino album. The whole Gambino album is in this playlist, and then a bunch of individual songs. And then I think 3 from the Hamilton mixtape, because I'm still kind of into that. So that one has
Hamilton
a few more
mixtape's good.
Hamilton mixtape's
For Your Eyes Only by J. Cole. It's good. Song I really like called Make Me Cry by Noah Cyrus and Labyrinth. That's Miley Cyrus's sister, in case you're wondering.
She hot?
No.
Oh. Darn. Not interested.
Nope. She's got a really cool voice, though. Starboy by The Weeknd. That album's great. 24 Karat Magic I listened to all the way through a few times. I enjoy it. If you like dance music, you gotta go listen to that. It's classic Bruno Mars, but he put a lot of effort into this one, so
Yeah.
really enjoyable.
I
I haven't been on anything else.
Yeah, I mean, I've just been...
If you're into Christmas music, go listen to the Pentatonics album.
I mean, if you're into music, go listen to anything Pentatonics has ever done.
Yeah, but I mean specifically Christmas, because they just put out a new Christmas album.
Yeah, they're so good.
Pentatonics is great. The greatest part about them is that they use no instruments.
Yeah,
absolutely none.
A cappella.
It's 100% acapella.
They're a cappella.
Most acapella groups use some instruments. They're 100% acapella.
They only use one capella. A single capella. So I just clicked on Twitter, and this is developing news, which makes me kind of sad. Actor known for his starring role as the father in the 80s sitcom Growing Pains, Alan Thicke passed away.
Alan Thicke?
Just now. Oh, not just a second, but today.
Really?
Yeah, I just saw
Alan
it.
Thicke.
Very recently, it says, from a heart attack. Aw. He was 69 years old. Which, considering his son Robin, kind of fitting. That was in poor taste. Too soon? It's 45 minutes too soon to start
Man
making...
died today.
He died 45 minutes ago, according to news outlets. Too soon?
He did, this guy did 4 or 5 cameos on How I Met Your Mother.
I like Alan Thicke. He's a great guy.
It's a show I love. They made fun of him because he's Canadian.
How many more nut punches do you think 2016 is going to throw at us? They've only got 4 weeks, or 2 weeks left. 2.5.
2016 is just sitting out there going, we gotta kill more people.
Yeah. Quick, we're about to end. Kill people right now. Go. Just
Quick. New Year's Eve. John Stamos. Get him.
No. Not allowed. Don't kill John Stamos. He's great.
Get him.
He's the only reason why I'm still watching this season of Scream Queens.
He's the biggest B-list celebrity there ever was. He hasn't made it. He's the biggest B-list because he hasn't made it to the A-list yet. He's right on the line though.
He's amazing. He's the best. Scream Queens, still terrible, by the way.
Yeah. Did you hear that Taylor Lautner and that one girl that he's dating in the show, he's dating in real life?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Good for them. You mean Princess Leia's daughter?
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. That's who she is.
It's the blonde chick. I don't watch the show, so I have no idea.
Yeah, it's Princess Leia's daughter. That's why she wears the earmuffs on the show. To commemorate
as a meme?
Leia's buns, yeah. Yeah, it's really... That was the funniest thing to me. That's the funniest part of this season. Only because it's a transition from last season when she did the same thing. Yeah, the worst part... Because, the show redeemed itself a little bit this season. It got kind of okay. And then... It got really good at the start of last week's because it brought back the guy from the first season that I really liked. Who, have you ever seen Rules of Engagement?
Yeah.
He's the guy, not the famous guy, the younger guy.
Oh, he's the younger guy?
That isn't David Spade either. Yeah, the younger guy from Rules of Engagement. Yeah, he was on the first season. He played one of the main girl's father, and he was awesome. He was stupid. He was funny, and they brought him back. And I was like, oh man, this guy's back. This guy was great. I loved it. Now they're bringing back cool characters again. And I was like, oh, good for that guy. Whatever happened to him.
What was that?
That was someone in my hallway. Apparently, someone's fed up with their finals.
All right, well.
But yeah, they brought him back, and I had high hopes. The show was starting to actually get decent. Things were starting to be explained, but there was still mystery. And then all of the mystery completely disappeared by the end of the episode. I think I'm just going to start dropping spoilers. If at any point, to just save someone from actually trying to watch the second season, I will not drop any spoilers for the first season, other than apparently the fact that the father doesn't die, because he's in this season. So, sorry. But I do recommend the first season. Don't recommend the second season. But basically speaking, my favorite character, whose name is Chamberlain, he was this, like, funny big dude that, like, they thought he was the killer for a while, but then they realized he's just some weird guy that couldn't get a job, so he pretended like he was a volunteer at a hospital because he just wanted to do stuff. And he's really funny. He's really cool. He's like my favorite character on the show. He finds out who all the killers are, which is crazy because that always happens in all the seasons where it's like one guy finds out who the killers are, but they usually don't tell you. We got told who the killers were. I know all three killers.
I thought you already knew who the killers were.
Well, they kept adding ones.
Well, yeah.
They told us who one was.
Did you not know who the original was?
Not until like 3 episodes in. Come on.
Because you knew that the episode where the girl gets killed with all the blood bags.
Yeah.
That's why you found out who 2 of them were right there.
Yeah. Well, that's when we found out who the first one was the guy.
Yeah.
And then the girl that that was her first time being one of the killers.
Yeah.
So there was still one that was a mystery.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe there might still even be a 4th killer. Because, you know, when you feel like you blew your load too early, just write up another killer. They've already done it twice. I'm sure they could do it a 3rd time. Lazy writing knows no bounds.
Who's the 3rd killer?
It's the guy. It's the father.
Oh, it's him?
Yep. And the thing is, he hasn't killed anybody yet. He's just now getting into his position where he'll start killing people. And he starts, you know, with Chamberlain. And that's how the episode ends. So not only do I get my hopes raised really high and think that the show's starting to rebound, the character that I was really excited for automatically opens up that he's the killer and then kills my favorite character. In a matter of 2 seconds.
That's how you do it, man.
Yeah. Basically, I know everything about why the killer is killing, when the killer killed, who killed who, when, with what. I know it all. And there's still 3 episodes left. Or 2. There's still at least 2 or 3 episodes left. It's bad. It's real bad.
It's sad.
It really upsets me because I really, really love the first season. Again, recommend it. It's great. It may not have John Stamos in it because John Stamos is still great, but the first season is so good. But the second season has been a flop, to say the least. I've really not enjoyed it at all. I have to watch the end of it just to see if maybe they had something up their sleeve. But a great ending cannot save a bad show. It really can't. If the show were to end in like the most spectacular way with all these twists and turns and great things, I'd still think the show or the season as a whole was a bust. Because
you can't redeem a whole show with 1 episode.
You can kill a whole show with 1 episode, but you can't save a whole show with 1 episode.
You can't save a whole show with 1 episode.
Yep. And that's
one bad episode ruins a season of good episodes, but 1 good episode does not help a season of bad episodes.
Yeah, we're already so far in that I just don't care enough to
yeah, I agree.
Think it'd be saved.
I'm not really watching anything new right now, so
that's all I'm watching with Lucifer on season break, mid-season.
Yeah.
That show's so good.
I mean, I've been watching the new seasons of Criminal Minds and SVU, but SVU's on season break right now. And Criminal Minds isn't really the same without some of the characters you started out with.
We'll miss him.
Specifically Thomas Gibson, but Also, there are a lot of characters that get lost over the years that were
Yeah,
kind of pivotal to the show.
yeah. I just don't have time for TV these days.
Yeah, I have ample time, but I just use it for other things.
Yeah, I guess I'm in the same boat. Just sounds better
Yeah,
if you say you don't have time.
it's just less. It feels like you're doing less when you're watching TV, so
Yeah, it's not
I
as high
just don't
priority
do
for
it
me
as much.
anymore.
Cause I'll just watch TV like when I'm going to bed. I'll just lay in bed and watch TV, so
Yeah,
I can do that. Then there are a lot of other things that are kind of I don't need to do, but I can't do them if I'm in bed, so I just do them before.
yeah. Usually it's like you watch TV and then you feel like you're wasting part of your day. But when you're watching TV at night, its purpose is to get you ready to go to sleep and also bring out any cool snacks and desserts in your general area.
Yeah, like these Doritos I have behind me.
Yeah, and like the 4 bags of Cookie Pop in my food pantry behind me.
So much cookie pop.
I'm bringing home infinite Cookie Pop.
Just cookie pop to end all cookie pop.
Listen, my meal plan has too much money on it, okay?
By ending all cookie pop, I mean making it all mine.
Yeah, I'm buying all the Cookie Pop.
Yeah.
Did you like ever pitch in to my request on anyone that wanted snacks?
I did, in fact.
Did you agree with everyone else in fruit snacks? Because it seems like
Yeah.
everyone asked for fruit snacks.
No, I did not ask for fruit snacks.
Oh, then what'd you ask for?
I asked for sweet chili Doritos and goldfish.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I never saw that.
It was just in with the bunch while everybody else was doing it. Mine was right after McClinton's.
Huh. Well,
This seems really off topic. Why are we talking about food?
because food is the best.
I mean, there really wasn't any topic to that. This
No.
is just a tangent
Well,
that's going into,
it was a
hey,
tangent
do you
that
want
came
me to
from-
bring you food?
From TV to food.
Yeah.
To bringing you
'Cause-
food. Sweet
'cause TV's
chili
delicious.
Doritos and
Goldfish, man.
goldfish. Do you want flavored blasted?
Yes.
Okay. Of goldfish of the blasted with flavor variety.
The being finger blasted variety.
No, that probably wouldn't taste very good.
Flavor blasted.
Yeah. That's what you said. I do have 10 bags of fruit snacks just chilling in my room right now though.
I mean, if you have fruit snacks, I'll also take
Yeah.
fruit snacks.
I'm just giving fruit snacks to everybody.
Yeah.
I'm giving
No, I
away
enjoy
fruit snacks. If you want fruit snacks,
I
let
just
me know. Listeners, I'll give you fruit snacks. I will find a way unless you live out of state. Sorry. I don't want
I
to
mean,
go that
even
far.
if you live out of state, we can
Road
we can
trip.
get you some fruit snacks.
We'll road trip fruit snacks to you. And if
We'll
not,
just mail them to you. We're not road tripping.
road trip. Road
No.
trip. Road trip.
No.
And if not, we'll give you a fruit snack IOU, which is just an IOU for fruit snacks.
Yeah, if we ever see you, we'll have to buy you
Yeah.
fruit snacks.
At
But you
our
have to-
first, that seems
have-
unfortunate convention
You have to have the redeemable coupon.
where
Fruit snacks.
millions of people from around the world come to one place to watch us live life. That seems unfortunate convention coming to a convention center near you. Probably not near you. Can't be near all of you if they're going to be millions.
Yeah.
But near someone.
It's got to be near somebody specific.
Yeah, it's got to be a convention center near a person at least.
Just it's near the entire world.
Yeah, it's near something. It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
We have our convention at the North Pole, so it's equal distance from everybody.
Yeah. Right on the equator.
Yep.
In the water part.
Yep.
The part that's ocean.
Perfectly centralized.
Yeah. We have, according to Chris's insinuations, a lot of famous listeners to this podcast. Some of the names include Robert Kirkman, creator of The Walking Dead. Everyone that works at Rockstar Games. PewDiePie. And I believe there's another one in there as well.
Where are these names coming from?
Various topics. It started when we were talking about Red Dead Redemption 2, and I said that they should have used another R word, and I think I said like Red Dead Reloaded or something, and I was like, yeah, that's a great idea, and he's like, you should pitch that to Rockstar, and I was like, Rockstar, I know you're listening to this podcast. I know you listen to us, even though it was our first episode. And then the one where we talked about The Walking Dead, I suggested my fix for the show. And he's like, you should actually pitch that to Robert Kirkman. I'm like, well, I'm sure he listens to the show with Rockstar Games, so I'm sure he's listening. And then I think we said, oh, and Ken Bone. We mentioned Ken Bone is a
Of course,
listener.
Ken Bone watches the
Because
show.
we talked
Ken
about how
Bone
great
does
Ken Bone
everything.
was. Yeah. And then PewDiePie was another, like, thing where I think we said we love PewDiePie. And I was like, because we know he listens to the show, so we have to say we love him. Because he's one of our famous listeners as well as all those other people. So they can all come to the convention. Obviously,
Dude.
they won't be as important as us.
The guys on the radio did not like the PewDiePie meme.
What PewDiePie mean?
Him saying he was going to delete his channel at
Well, I mean, he
50,000
did.
subscribers.
He did.
Yeah, no, I know he did.
It was the second channel, though.
Yeah.
The one with
Um,
nothing.
yeah, but also they just didn't like it. They were like it's phony. It's just like, no, I probably also wouldn't delete my channel.
Yeah.
But I
Way
have
to
50
way to
million
fall for
subscribers.
taking something PewDiePie says seriously. You know, the guy whose
For real.
face or whose Twitter profile picture right now I think is socks. Let me look
Oh,
this up.
Felix.
Let me look this up. I think it's still socks. And his bio is just sock model. His website, happysocks.com/PewDiePie, which is just a sellout site for his sock brand.
Does he actually have a sock brand?
Yeah. And then his header thing is really strange. It's like this really vaporwave looking thing with Mark Zuckerberg. It's really weird. It's like a MySpace, but also a Vine, and also vaporwave, and
With Mark Zuckerberg.
Mark Zuckerberg. It's
There's large amounts of
strange.
Zuckerberg on his
So
page.
yeah, your problem is taking him seriously, radio people. Not his problem. You took what he said seriously, and now you're shocked when he was just joking. Come on. Look who we're dealing with, man. Bless you. Is that the sneeze to say it's the end of the episode? That sounded like
that's
the end of the episode sneeze.
I think that's the bell. The class period's over. It's time to go home now, kids.
Oh, man, what a shame. That sneeze always sneaks up on us. You
It's
never see it coming.
been a good ride. I might come back and do this again.
Yeah, it's fun. Definitely you're my first contact, and I'm sure probably one of Chris's first contacts if one of us cannot do a show for any reason. I know I'll be in Texas at some point in January, but I think I'm only gone from the 3rd to the 7th, which is Tuesday to Saturday. So if we record on Monday, I think I won't have to miss that week. It'll just be an early week.
Mm-hmm.
We would do the same for Chris, but he's gone 9 days, so
Yeah.
unfortunate for him. But
Too
yeah,
bad. Just realized that my profile picture on Discord is me in a Santa hat.
yeah, it's finally
Yeah.
timely.
Yeah, it didn't make sense for a long time.
Yeah, it finally fits after like 6 months.
All right.
Yeah.
So from me and Steven and the entire seems unfortunate cast,
We got social
which
media
is
plug
me
now.
and Steven.
Got social media plug. Follow me on
all right.
Twitter at Stevie3V, and also on Snapchat Stevie3V, and Twitch.tv/TheEverman. Add me on you can add me on Facebook if you really want to, but then you'd have to
Guess you
spell
can
my
add me on
name, and it's
Yeah.
like that's a hassle.
Who uses
SoundCloud.
Facebook anyway?
SoundCloud S Bryden BREIDN. Have me pick you up on Uber. I don't know how Uber works. I've never used Uber. You ever see those plates with the animals on it, the zoo pals? Hit me up on zoopals.com.
Hit me up.
I have an account.
Hit me up on Neopets.
Message me on the official Smash Mouth fan page.
Wait, I'm gonna hit my social media plug. Okay, follow
Yeah.
me on Twitter at BDStreet15 and on Snapchat at BDStreet15. Pretty easy, same thing both times. Follow me on Club Penguin. I got banned twice for cussing.
I said butt and they banned me.
Yeah. Hit me up on Neopets. Got level 95. Farming them up. I think that's it.
Yeah, we didn't
I think I'm
actually.
good.
All of our weekly segments we kind of just skipped on. I guess we never came up with an ethical dilemma again. We'll have that
No,
next
there
week,
really
hopefully.
isn't one.
We'll have a Christmassy
Yeah.
ethical dilemma. And I guess we've mentioned enough bands. You didn't help us out with our 10-minute TV show brainstorm, though. That's a shame. I guess it'll.
Well, I didn't know the original brainstorm, so I wouldn't
Yeah,
have really.
that's what I was thinking. Me and
I
Chris.
wouldn't have really branched off of it very well.
Yeah, me and Chris have kind of been doing it on our own. We didn't get any comments about the
There
name.
you go. I'll give you a little hint. You should probably have a Christmas episode. I think that would be a good idea.
Yeah, for sure.
Like every TV show.
Yeah. I thought you were gonna say like every week. I was like, I don't
We
think
should just
Eternal
have a Christmas
is a great,
TV show
is a great theme. It's better than the
To
themes Chris
remind-
came up with last week.
to remind people how bad their day has been.
Chris's
How good it could have been if it was Christmas.
Chris's ideas last week were, I think his first one was make the setting an underwater utopia.
Make it rain.
And I was like, Chris, how are we gonna do an underwater utopia? And he goes, well, I mean, it's kind of easy. You just get like tubes and you have like water in a dome. And I'm like, Chris, I don't mean scientifically. How are we gonna do an underwater utopia? I mean, how are we gonna make it look like we're in an underwater utopia with cameras and stuff? He's like, oh well, I don't know. And I'm like, that doesn't help. And then I think he also suggested it takes place in like prehistoric times or something like that. But I think I made the comment of we should have cavemen in an underwater utopia. Either way, it was pretty rough. But yeah, comment names. I don't remember what the show is about because I don't have the notebook in front of me. But it's about a guy who does a thing and he gets into shenanigans. And there's also dumb conspiracy theorists that get into shenanigans as well. And it's called like Life and Times with Juniper Lee. Fridays on Fox. Wait,
Fridays on Fox.
Wait, that's not what I meant. Yeah, but Chris suggested like this really dumb name, and I was like, I don't like this name. Someone comment a better name, or else we'll have to use this name. And we didn't get any comments. So if you comment this week, Chris will never know, and we'll be able to change it before next week.
Should be a show about anti-gun rights in Texas.
We should have a show that that really hits the topics of like abortion and gun laws and racism, but all the characters are like weasels.
A show about police in Detroit.
That wouldn't last very long. It's like Cops, but the reason it's different cops every week is because they died.
Yeah.
Or were actually arrested for killing someone.
The plot is super sketchy because each week the police officers from the previous week are dead.
Yeah, and also a lot of the time they're just arresting other cops.
Yeah.
For being corrupt.
Yeah, so
a
couple episodes in a row, you might have the same cops, but each episode they'll be arresting more cops. So.
Yeah, it's like Copception.
What it is it's just a really sad TV show that's gonna make you lose faith in Detroit.
Kind of makes you sad a little bit.
It's gonna make you want to desert that city.
It's kind of like a mixture of Hitler and Elvis.
But shout out to you. We love our Detroit listeners.
Yeah, if you're from Detroit, sorry. Not for what we said. For Detroit,
we didn't mean it, but you know.
You
know.
Yeah, we love you.
Alright, you want to sign it off?
Yeah. What are we at? Oh yeah, this is actually a timely episode. Nice. Well, on behalf of all of us, that seems unfortunate. Thanks you guys for listening. We love you. See you next week for a special Christmas episode with many potential guests. Yeah. Bye guys.
Bong Lord.
Let us know. Like and comment and subscribe to YouTube. Tell us how we're doing. Tell us how you liked Bryce as a replacement.
I feel like I was kind of boring today.
Tell me how good I looked.
Out of it.
I looked good, didn't I?
He looks good.
I look real good. Can't you tell? All right, bye guys.
Right there, he sounded like the Rick and Morty version of that court case.
Yeah.
Like you like boys? Yeah, I like boys. Like big butt boys. Alright, I'm gonna stop recording.